Thank you, sir. Multiple four-state businesses say they're being impersonated by scammers with fake Facebook pages who are trying to con their customers. Both Sweet Designs Cakery and Ghetto Tacos say scammers have created fake Facebook pages after stealing photos from the legitimate business pages and then friend-requested local customers or reached out to them when the businesses were offering promotions or giveaways.
The last 3 posts that are giveaways has been hacked, and it's just frustrating because they've been reaching out our customers, sending requests and that, you'll win some money or give us your credit card and all this. And we don't do that.
Well, both businesses have reported the scammers to Facebook and have asked their customers to do the same. They're also warning their customers about the scammers on their business Facebook pages as well. Pittsburgh police and fire respond to an oil tanker stuck in a ditch on North Walnut Street yesterday. At the time, authorities blocked off Walnut Street from 18th to 20th. A second tanker was brought in to transfer the oil as a safety precaution. With the number of vaccine options available, some four-staters are holding out to get their preferred shot. Local health officials say many people are asking for specific shots, most often the Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccine. Now, the Crawford County Health Department held a walk-in clinic where they vaccinated 55 people with the J&J vaccine. Most often, people say they want it because it's the most convenient.
It's simple, quick, and it's effective, and I'm trying to do my part to slow the spread.
We've seen that Johnson & Johnson is equally effective at preventing death and hospitalization, so we thought it was sufficient, and you only need 1 shot.
It was the first time. I'm always...
Well, health officials say the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is in short supply, so the best vaccine to get is whatever one you can get the soonest. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly yesterday issued an order aimed at encouraging Kansas counties to keep COVID-19 mask mandates, and then the Kansas Legislative Coordinating Council revoked that order. A Kansas law that took effect last week gives the top state lawmakers power to revoke an order issued by the governor because of a pandemic or other emergency. Now, lawmakers exercised that power yesterday with a 5-2 vote. In a joint statement, the lawmakers said in part, quote, "Public health mandates should be short-term, data-driven, and reserved only for pressing emergency situations." They went on to encourage Kansans to follow measures recommended by health professionals. Voters in Newton County, Missouri will head to the polls next Tuesday to vote on a new tax levy rate for the county's ambulance district. The current levy rate is not quite 19 cents per $100 of assessed valuation. If approved, the new rate would be 35 cents. Officials with the ambulance district say the levy raise would help pay for new equipment and provide more competitive wages for the district's workers.
We're part of the fire department. We're a completely different entity. There are more fire trucks and police cars in this county than there are ambulances. Again, we have 6 ambulances that cover the entire county.
Again, that election is next Tuesday. Well, it's April, and in Missouri, that means it's No More Trash Month. It's coordinated by the Missouri Department of Transportation. During the annual statewide anti-litter event, volunteers are encouraged to clean up litter along Missouri's highways. It's been held annually since 2004, before last year's event was canceled due to the pandemic. Well, Pittsburgh and Girard High School students put their engineering skills to the test building bridges, and yesterday they put those bridges to the test. This video provided by Pitt State shows yesterday's bridge competition at Block 22's Pittsco Ideas Shop. Students' bridges went through tests to see whether they held up to the task of, well, being a bridge. Very cool. Michael, it is 5:07 a.m.
It's pretty amazing, Jesse, that we're going to start off with frost advisories, freeze warnings, the whole 9, cold temperatures, wind chills down into the high 20s, and we're not only going to end up in the 60s with sunny skies, but we're going to end up with elevated fire weather.
What?
We're going to go from freeze warnings to elevated fire weather this afternoon.
Oh no.
That's April in the 4 states, folks. 60s today, warming up the high 60s, and still looking at a gorgeous Easter with a high around 70 degrees before thunderstorm activity kicks in middle of next week.
All right, well, that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News, an interstate matchup yesterday between Frontenac and Carlo Junction. We've got those highlights. Plus, a new trial shows how long the COVID vaccine protection lasts and how effective it is against one highly contagious virus variant. And a May Clinic doctor debunks a common myth surrounding the vaccine. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. More real news in the morning. We'll be right back.
Live from KOAM, you're watching the KOAM Morning News. This is the 4 states' most watched news.
Once upon a time, 68 teams marched to a dance. For many, the music was perfect.
Make your emergency plan today.
Topping Health Watch this morning, big news for a COVID-19 vaccine. Pfizer says new trial data gives a glimpse into how long its vaccine protection lasts and how effective it is against one highly contagious virus variant. Mandy Gaither has the latest.
New numbers from Pfizer.
Is just, icing on the cake for good news.
The company says its ongoing phase 3 clinical trial of their coronavirus vaccine confirms its protection lasts at least 6 months after the second dose and appears to be fully effective against the concerning virus variant first identified in South Africa.
I would not be surprised at all if Moderna and other companies that did the same thing would get similar results.
And more good news, Pfizer also says its vaccine is well tolerated with an efficacy of 100% in those ages 12 to 15.
This is really important for getting back to school, but also for us reaching herd immunity as well.
The vaccine maker will submit the data to the FDA as soon as possible, hoping for an expanded emergency use authorization of the 2-dose vaccine.
I do think that there is a good chance that we'll be able to get the vaccines authorized in time for the start of school so that these older teens at least are able to get the vaccines by late summer, early fall.
A separate study of the Pfizer vaccine in children ages 6 months to 11 years launched last week. The company aims to enroll more than 4,600 children in the trial and expects results by the end of 2021.
Ready?
Quick. All done.
Moderna is also testing its COVID-19 vaccine in adolescents and children in 2 clinical trials of children ages 12 to 17 and those ages 6 months to 11 years. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, the question of how long vaccine protection lasts can only be answered once enough time has passed. While 6 months of protection is a modest target, it reflects the data from the time the vaccine has been in use. The study is continuing, and future updates may reveal more about how long and how strong this protection is. For people at high risk of melanoma, a new study investigates ways to improve early detection. Researchers at the National Cancer Institute found patients who get routine whole-body screenings and who are taught about self-exams are significantly more likely to be diagnosed with thinner and earlier stage melanomas. Well, that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
It's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous Friday.
Well, coming up today at noon, we're making an Italian Easter pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Of course, your morning news continues on KOAM, CBS Morning News. That's coming up next.
Or you can switch on over on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues.
Let's do the elephant in the room right now. We love you, man.
I'm going to miss you guys.
We love you. For those of you that don't know, we were blessed enough to have Jesse Irwin as part of our crew for the past several years. It seems like because we love you so much and because you fit right in, it seems like it's been longer than that, but it hasn't. I want to tell you this much. You have not only been a boon to the 4 states, and I'm not talking just professionally, man. I'm talking about the way you and Jen are so community-oriented in the things that you do. And you're not only excellent as far as a content provider, and you're not only excellent on TV, you are even a greater person. It has been my privilege to know you. It has been my honor to call you my friend. And you may be leaving us here on KOAM and Fox 14, but guess what? I will track you down and I will continue to send you baseball stats.
That's right. Everything that Michael just said, and I just want to add that you have such a career ahead of you, Jesse, and you have a lot to look forward to, and I'm really excited to follow it and see where you go from here.
Love you, dude.
We'll see you on Fox 14. I don't know. You guys are going to make me cry. We're going to have fun over on Fox 14. You guys are the best.
And by the way, if you want to send Jesse any wishes, just remember, you just send him a message via Facebook, or you can Facebook Tanya as well. That wraps it up for this edition. Have a great, safe Friday and a wonderful Easter weekend. We'll do this all again on Monday morning.
And we're going to do it again today at noon. Well, today is our own Jesse Irwin's last day with us here at KOAM. But before we say goodbye, he has one final story to tell. Jesse, whose story are we hearing?
Now, Tanya, this is the story of the Astro farmer. Jason Burns was born in Southeast Kansas. He was raised in Southeast Kansas and will likely spend the majority of his days from here on out in Southeast Kansas. Yet, he's the definition of an explorer and living proof that no matter who you are or where you live, the best place to find yourself is the unknown.
Get on a tractor out there with
We'll have our full story on there on our website at koamnewsnow.com. But Tanya, what I can tell you about this is that Jason Burns, when it comes to his ability to not only be a farmer and be an astronomer, but also be a musician, it is about as wonderful as, I mean, it's quite the triple threat. So we'll have that story on our website at koamnewsnow.com.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I know it's your last day, and we were so looking forward to being able to air this, but
it's
a really cool story. This is a really neat guy, and you did a great job telling it. So.
Well, it was myself and Liam, who I've worked with since the day I got here. Wouldn't have been possible to put this together without him. So while we have a second, I want to show some love to Liam, because Liam has been my partner in crime throughout this whole experience, and just like the two of you, has been instrumental in making this memorable time at KOAM.
I have to tell you something that when I was in high school, this kind of goes with farming, because I was an FFA, and on my business cards for when I was the Southwest District President.
Yeah.
I had a motto on there, and it kind of applies to this package and what I want to leave you with on your last day here. But it's simply shoot for the moon, Jesse. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.
I love that. And to be quite honest, I don't think I would have the confidence to even attempt to shoot for the moon had I not been able to learn from you, from Michael, from everyone we've worked with. I know we talked about it this morning, but it really has been incredible here. If anyone's watching this who doesn't live in the 4 states, move to the 4-state area. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to be. So thank you for having me. We'll have the full story on the website. We'll make sure it's on there. But thank you for the opportunity, and I love you guys very much.
All right, still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
I can't think of the last time that I've been this excited about a recipe. Join me today as I share what I'll be serving for Easter brunch.
But first, Michael Hayslip returns with your complete forecast.